do you mind touching on the K through 12 piece? Because I think getting leadership and just the right skill set at these young leaders' hands at an earlier age can actually, help the rest of us down the road. So I'd be curious to hear what you guys are doing around that sector.
Happy to share. Could you imagine when you were in first grade or, I don't know, sixth grade or maybe middle school, if everyone in your school was focused on how to be more effective? Mm-hmm. And what we could do to take responsibility for our lives and our decisions and our choices, as opposed to blaming others, and really beginning with the principle of begin with the end in mind, having a vision of what's possible, and learning how to take that vision and put it to action by putting first things first. Could you imagine that? I would have died to have had someone teach me those principles and help me to understand how to put them to work. And it would just be thrilling. The second part that we teach, in addition to individual effectiveness, is how do you work well and how do you lead others? And it moves from this idea of a private victory of taking responsibility and being able to get things done in a productive way, and moves it up into what we call the public victory, which is about how do you create win-win opportunities and outcomes for each other by first seeking to understand before you're understood, and then finding ways to synergize those ideas and come up with better answers than just a compromise. And how do you sharpen the saw and make all those things work? So how are you more effective individually? How can you actually work better together in teams? Today's environment, it's all about teams. Whether they're virtual or in person, how are you able to be an outstanding contributor to that team? And then how do you work well with others? And so imagine K through 12, all your peers are learning how to do those very things. And we see it really change the lives of both the student, the teacher relationships, and even greater learning across the board because they're taking more responsibility for their learning.
I think it's fantastic